Hey guys, if you don't know, my name is Zander Horvath. I play fullback. I was originally drafted to the Los Angeles Chargers. Played there my rookie year. Got cut after camp. Went over to the Steelers for a month. Kind of bounced around a little bit more. Ended up back at LA for another 2 weeks before some other guys had some injuries. Been back at home since and just got picked up by the Saints. So can't express how thankful I am for that opportunity and ready to get out there for OTAs.
Can you just kind of talk about your ability as a pass catcher? It seems like you put up pretty good numbers at Purdue. Just kind of what about that, kind of fits in your game, and how do you think it fits in this offensive system?
Yeah, I would say that's one of my strong suits. Going back to college, I played running back instead of fullback. So that was kind of one of the areas that we focused on a lot throughout games and practice and everything. And I just playing a lot in the backfield too. You're out in the flat all the time catching routes. So I think coming in playing at fullback and having that as a strong suit prior to it definitely helps my position because a lot of times when you think of a fullback, you think of like a big, strong, potentially like slower guy just there for blocking. So I think with that skill set kind of incorporated, I think I would have a good ability, to kind of play a role similar to Juszczyk is the dream right there. He gets in a ton throughout games and everything, and they utilize him a lot in a variety of different ways, whether it's blocking, running ball, catching, or special teams. So that could be something too with Coach Kubiak and his offensive role and how he does things.
And how has it been for you just picking up the blocking aspect of playing fullback, and what has that process been like?
Can you say that again? The original or first part cut out.
My bad. How's it been for you to you came up as a running back? How has it been for you adding the blocking aspect of playing fullback?
Gotcha. Yes, definitely had some adjusting to it starting out. As a running back, you do a lot of pass pro and everything, so you're used to the physical contact portion of it. But the steps and techniques is a lot different, where you're just going and like standstill blocking, and fullback you're running full speed, trying to block people without losing momentum and while they're trying to make moves on you too. So there's definitely an adjustment to start out. I think I've gotten a lot better at it. But like I always say, there's always room for improvement. So that's something I definitely want to work on even more as I progress.
Hey, Xander, you were paired up with Derek Foster over there in LA. What are the Saints kind of getting in him, and what are your kind of personal experiences with him?
So he was my first running back coach going to the NFL, but I think he's a great guy and a great coach. I played against him when I was at Purdue and he was at Iowa. So I've known about him for a little bit now, and having him as my coach and, leading me and teaching me throughout the steps and everything throughout my career has been great so far, even though it's only been a year or two with him through summer and everything. But I think he's a great coach. He knows what he's talking about. He knows how to talk to like a younger group of guys too, and it's not really just in your face telling you what to do. He talks back and forth, lets you speak your opinion, and he'll give info back too. So he's a really good coach and knows what he's talking about. So I have high hopes for him too as a running back coach.
Andrew, what did you have learned about yourself first 2 years in the NFL, and also probably the league in itself? What you've learned about it first 2 years?
I would say the main thing, you hear it all the time, is don't take your opportunities for granted. Coming out of college, I was drafted, which has always been a dream of mine. And usually with draft guys, you're there for about 2 or 3 years or so before anything happens. But going through coaching changes and all that, there's some changes that need to be made. So I think bringing in Kellen Moore, he's more of a tight end, doesn't really use fullback as much. So I think that could have played a role in it. I'm sure there were things on my portion or my part that I could have been better at, to keep a job there. But, just take advantage of the opportunities that are given to you and try to maximize them to your full potential, because they're not going to come all the time. And I'm thankful I got another opportunity now. So who knows, it could be the last. It may not be, but you just got to take advantage of it like it is.
Hey, Xander, beyond, Coach Foster, what was it that attracted you to New Orleans in the first place to join the team?
Well, I know they use a fullback too, and they always keep one on the roster. And the main thing is trying to find a team that's going to utilize you, whether it's at fullback or on special teams. So I'm just open to getting the field either way. And, being at home, you can see thinking a lot too, whether you're going to be back out there, if you're going to get another call or not. So I was just excited to be hearing from another team as well and just have another opportunity to get back out. So I'm going to, go in full force, do everything I can to my best possibility and try to get back out there on the field on the 53-man roster. So excited to be part of the team.
And how do you feel that you fit? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but just in your words, how do you feel that you fit in the incoming system, right? The Saints kind of going for the Kyle Shanahan or the Shanahan Kubiak system. Feel you fit in that mold?
Yeah, that's one of the offenses I've been trying to get in my whole career, something like that. And having played running back and, being versatile as a player with a little bit of more of ability than a normal style fullback, I think would help in that too, with blocking scheme, getting out, running routes, doing whatever it is. But I think from what everyone has seen in the past too, they've been a successful team with that offensive scheme. So I think that could be an important role for me on this team.
Xander, I'm just curious, while you were at Purdue, did you ever meet Drew Brees?
I did. I know he came for one. He might have been there for two for a couple of our games. And then he was in the locker room pregame, gave some great speeches too, got all the guys hyped up. But yeah, I did at one time.
We have anything else for Xander?
Yeah. Hey, Xander, just considering the way things are going in the NFL right now, just with not a lot of teams using a fullback, what's it like going through that process, knowing there's I mean, even like punters, kickers, there's 32 of those jobs in the NFL. But for fullbacks, there might only be 12 or 15. Like how do you go through that process?
Yeah, it can be stressful at times knowing that it's a limited number. So, I mean, everything you do, doesn't matter if it's practice or anything, your film has to be to the best of your ability to make you one of those top guys that are going to keep getting picked up by teams. So, I mean, I wish it was still a run game like it used to be, but we all know it's a passing game now. So just trying to do everything I can in my power to, be one of those guys that can, stay out there in the field and get utilized.
And I'm sorry if I missed this earlier, but how would you describe your game as a fullback? Are you mostly blocking, or have you kind of done some ball handling in the past?
I've done both. I've done a lot of ball handling as well, playing running back. And when I was at LA too, I would take reps at running back as well during like 7-on-7 and stuff too. I get a few runs here and there, but more so passing. So I think I'm kind of a well-rounded fullback, whether it's running the ball, blocking, getting on field, doing something like that.
And what kind of specifically appeals to you about that Shanahan offense that we're kind of anticipating Clint Kubiak running here?
I like the opportunity just for doing something different with my role instead of just, running, blocking guys straight up the gut every single time. Being able to do something different too that may surprise a team, or getting out and showing that you have the ability to catch the ball, run, and make guys miss can definitely, improve you as a player.
So meaning just like I mean, we were talking to Adam a little bit earlier, and he was saying there's like an element of unpredictability with the fullback, whereas most teams it might be like you're coming on the field, it's going to be a run play, whereas this team is a little bit different than that.
Yeah, that definitely is one of the main things too. I think teams that are able to do that is what throws other teams off when their game plan too, because who knows, that he could be out there and you could, the whole first half could just be him and blocking. The second half, you could have him going out to the flat, catching routes, having reverses off handoffs and stuff like that too. So there's a lot of unpredictability, like you said, but I think it would work for the team in their favor.